Right, I'm back on. Can you tell everybody to come out? I've had to
So what do you want them to do?
I don't know. Hang on. It says I'm live here, but it's still. Right, I'm live here now. So people are going to have to come out.
Yeah, it just ended. It ended automatically.
Yeah. So it's ended, and I've. Damn.
So do I go take it off there and then go back?
Well, I've started a new one now, so hopefully everybody will realise and then go back on and log back in.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sorry about this, I got like totally disconnected off, never had that before. We're back, yeah, I had to start the whole stream again.
I see I've got 3 people, 9
Well, I've got
people.
6 people coming back now. Right.
9.
That was frustrating. Technology, every week now.
Was that the weather or was that just technology?
Not a clue.
If anyone's got any questions,
Right, yeah.
We're probably all up to.
So how many, I didn't know how many was watching before, so.
You were up to about 20, between 20 and 25, got 11 now.
Right, okay then, so basically we should have all popped our blind bakes in the oven.
Someone was asking the timings again for the bakes.
About 10 to 15 minutes, it kind of depends on your oven. Basically what you want to do, we want to look at it and it just be starting to...
Golden?
No, not golden, because we're literally going to bake this. You blind bake it, it's going to be kind of white when it comes out. Okay. But you're just basically setting the top, setting the base of it so it doesn't go too soggy. So it's not, don't expect cooked pastry coming out. But we're checking in about 10 minutes. When I get mine out, I can show you. It's easier to explain. But yeah, 10 to 15 minutes depending on how your oven works. And also what size.
We left it with you putting the paper on. Missed the bit with the paper and the beans.
Right, so paper should have gone inside your your case. Then you should have been putting on your ceramic beans if you've got them. I filled that quite a lot in there, and you can use rice or pasta. Basically, they're to hold down the pastry to stop the middle coming up. That's what that's doing. And the ceramic beans are really good. So if you like baking, get yourself some because they hold heat as well. I got like that.
And then you not waste your pasta every time.
Yeah, I mean, whether you can still cook your rice after, you probably can. You probably if you boil it down, I don't know.
The pasta used to go a little bit brown.
Yeah.
Because we used to have a tub of it.
Right, so that's what you should have done, and then you should have popped it on a tray, chucked it in the oven, 10 to 15 minutes, and then I can show you when mine comes out what we're looking at. We should be looking at a kind of white 20% cooked pastry case. That's what we're looking for. Right, after that then, before I realised we'd been lobbed off, I took a little bit of pastry and I've made a small one like that. I've rolled it out. It's like the penny, it's the pound thickness again. I'm going to show you how to make leaves. Right, so to make leaves, take... What cup can you use? Let's have a massive wagon's cup. Right, so take a cup. What we want to use is that bit there. So go on your pastry, just get a bit of flour on your cup so it don't stick. And then put it down and do a half, pull it away. And then do the other side. Now you end up with the perfect... Where's my camera? I can never figure out my camera is on it. Up there. So now you end up with a perfect leaf. So then take the end, pinch it, like there. So now you got that. Then pop it on the table, get a little sharp knife and put some veins in it. And then just pop that down, and then we have little leaves. They showing up, love?
Yeah.
So take them, make as many as you want, just pop them on a plate, like so. So out of that piece there, so literally again, I'll just show you, go around the edge now this time, cut that, and then cut the opposite side, give it a little pinch, and then do some leaves, do some veins.
Mark James said you cut out just before the bananas.
Just before the banana. Oh, has everybody missed the bananas? Oh, don't start that, it'll have everybody. Right, so I'm gonna do all of that piece there, and I'm gonna make, I don't know, it's probably gonna make me about 10. And and then I think I'm going to pop them around the end. Right, let's see if you can see them. There you go. So I've got like that, and that's basically the easiest way to make a leaf. I mean, people, you can, if you want, you can get leaf cutters. If you've got pumpkins, you can put pumpkin cutters on. You can make whatever you want. So if you want different things, you can make ghosts. If you've got like a little ghost cutter, you can use cookie cutters. You can make different size leaves to vary them around, the big leaves, small leaves. And then if you want to do some little berries, just take a little bit, roll it up, and then we can pop some of them on.
Paul Damon's run out of pastry.
You run out of pastry, Paul? You don't need the decoration. It's fine as it is. You could literally just whip a load of cream up, just pop a load of whipped cream on it. Be quite cool. It's quite sedate, this one. I don't seem to be drinking as much.
I've forgotten the shot words.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting to shop them.
I'm not in a drinking mood this week, I don't think. Don't know why. I think it's life, isn't it? Life shit at the moment.
Do you want a sake shot?
Yeah. Let's have a sake.
Sake.
Right, so I've done a load of leaves there. I'm going to get them in the fridge, and then I'm going to have a quick peek at my case. I'm not sure what time I'm
Yeah, you're about 10 minutes in now.
Yeah. Right, so I've got a plate full of leaves there. I'm just going to pop them in the fridge, just stop them melting.
Darren Edwards said that's because Josie isn't here.
Yeah, I know. She's the gadget wizard. She sorts all that stuff out. I just go, Josie, sort it out.
No, the shots as well.
Sake.
Oh, Natalie said if there was some, what's that word? The drink that we had in Brighton, the shot.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Was it
Yeah.
taco? How do you spell it? It's Tuaca.
I can't remember. The thing they only sell in Brighton.
Yeah, it's lush.
See, there you go. Pie Man's had a claps. Let's see if we can pick that back up. Yeah, one of the reef things has just slipped down.
Oh, Tuaca. That's how you say it. Tuaca. She's just break it down for me.
Tuaca.
Tuaca. Corinne's watching. I don't know if he's baking.
Right, so I'm just giving that another couple of minutes. I've just popped I made the rope too big, and I don't think I put enough water on it to hold it down, so it's just slipped down. But it's good when we cock things up, because then you can see that you can actually get them right. That's one of the best things about cakes. Everything about cakes you can literally just hide, turn it, cover it in cream. Right, so I have a little bit of pastry left. I'm just going to pop that in the fridge. Like I said, you can pop them in the freezer and then take it out whenever you want it. Right, so have a quick little tidy down. Right, so any more questions from anybody? Has everybody got their pastry case in the oven?
I think we've got the numbers back up again.
Have we all got our beans on them, or rice, or whatever we're using? Should have your oven on about 190. Still got me mix here, like you say, just sitting there, just waiting to go in.
Is watching.
Hello, Janet. Right.
Mark says yes.
So Mark's good. I can smell my pastry starting to cook now, see. So this has got to go in the oven for about sort of 45 to 55 minutes. Again, it's very much depth dependent and what you're doing. I mean, my one's probably going to take slightly longer because I've ended up doing a tricky tin, just to sort of show you. And it's
Paul Damon, he's done.
It's 7:05 already. Right, let's have a look at my tin. Right, so if you look, it's easier for me. Right, so if I show you there, that's the bit that collapsed. We ain't gonna worry about that, just ignore that. You can see I'm just starting to see a bit of colour in there. Right, I'm gonna just have a check under my beans. It still looks a bit waxy, so what I'm gonna do here, because it's been in there for 10 minutes, I'm trying to move you all around here, because I've been in there for sort of 10-15 minutes. I'm just gonna tip my beans out now and then just give it a couple of minutes. This is why we put the paper in, so I can just pick that paper up like that. And hopefully tip all the beans straight back in there. I've got a couple of stragglers, so I'll just pick them out.
So you're going to put that back in?
Yep. Right, so let's show you this. Right, that's close up. You can just see a tad of a doughy bottom. So that's going to go in. Because we've like put my beans in, it shouldn't rise up now. We've sort of done the hard part, keeping it there. So I'm just going to pop that back in. I'm going to give it another 3-4 minutes, and then we're ready to chuck our egg mix in. Let's pop you guys up there because I'm done with the beans. Right, so hopefully everybody's getting to that stage now. So if you've took out your things, if you think the bottom looks like it's done, if you noticed on mine it was just a little bit doughy. We're not looking for a cooked base, we're looking for the first part of the pastry to start looking like it's cooking. If you looked at the top of mine you could see it. And then we actually pop the egg mix straight into this when it's warm. We don't have to let it cool down or nothing. I would say is get yourself a ladle or a measuring jug just so it's easier to pour the mix in, and we're going to take it to about nearly to the top. You want to leave about that much because it doesn't rise. You want to leave it so that we fill it up as much as we can, but it doesn't like rise as stupid as the wiggly jiggly cheesecake. So we're going to get that in a second, and then how about I show you how to make a quick pumpkin curry soup with the stuff that we should already got here. I'll just show you that, and then you can use up that excess pumpkin for tomorrow for your tea, so you don't waste none. Or you can put that excess pumpkin in the freezer and take it out next week and then make this for Halloween. Give it to all the trick-or-treaters that probably ain't going to come round. No one's going to do that. Right, let's get you guys back over here. Right, so can we have thumbs up from everybody? We should all be at the stage where I am at now.
Mark, Paul, Emma, Duncan.
See, Duncan, if you bought your pastry case, you've done nothing but mix the thing up, haven't you?
And drink.
Job's a good one. Right, so we got that going in there. Oh, this where's Joe? Where's Joe Constable? You'll like this. I made this afternoon. So that there is a habanero chili, which is heatless. Which I've never even heard of a chili that's not hot that has the taste. So perhaps I should try it.
Yeah, go on now.
I'll try a bit live, shall I? But this stuff is wicked. This has got the scorpion chilies, it's got Tabasco chili, there's about 4 different chilies in there. I minced it all down with some oil because I didn't want to waste the chilies the farmer gave me last week. So I minced it all down with oil, and that's like a super duper, mega stupidly hot chili paste in there. It's started to set up now. I made that this afternoon. I didn't touch any of the chilies, and it's everywhere, straight up my nose, and it was terrible.
My eye,
but that is potent. So Joe Constable, keep an eye out for what comes with these.
Geraldine said, can I put my pastry decoration on mixture?
Yep. You're like super duper ahead of me. So, but that is the next bit. So if you've made we've got our case in there. I'm going to hold back on that chili till I've done this. I've got a case in there which is coming out. We're going to pop our egg mix in, and then you can ponk on top your leaves stuff. But what I would suggest you do, what I would suggest you do is put around the edge so that it clings on to the edge. But I'll show you in a second. Sorry?
She said in the dish.
No, just wait, Geraldine. 2 minutes. I'm there. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to do it yet.
Natalie said she'd love a pie with that chili.
Right, there we go. we now have the perfect bake case. So I'll get a close up. Now you can see that the bottom has started to not look doughy. Does that make sense to everybody? That's part baked, that's blind baked. So that's what you should be looking at. We don't want it, you can see it's not very brown. I've caught a little bit there. Them bits probably will burn slightly during the cook because it's going to be an hour in the oven-ish. So if they do start doing that and it looks a bit brown, don't worry about it because you're only the one eating it. It tastes fine. Or if you're that particular, just take a bit of tin foil, go around the outside just to cover the crust again. Right, so there's my case. It's at the oven, it's still warm. Don't worry about that. Take a jug, take your mix. As it's been stood there for a couple of minutes while we've been messing around doing all this stuff, just give it a little bit more of a whisk up. Pour into your measuring jug, and then chip you down. There we go, straight into it. I still got that little bit of a hangover there, which is gonna sink into the cake. I know, but there's not a lot I can do about that. Right, so you can see I've filled that up quite a lot. Right, so I've took that quite a bit to the top there. Right, so if you quickly go and run and get your decorations. A tad of milk, just to brown these little bits of pastry. Take your leaves, so I'm literally just gonna dip them in a bit of milk just to help them stick, and I'm going to use the outside of my pastry there. Oh, that said, it's starting to. Yeah, this isn't working. I had a thicker mix yesterday with a set on there. Right, so we're going to go with just around the edge. I'm not sure, Geraldine, your mix, you said yours was quite thick. If you can get your leaves and they will sit on there, do it. Mine's too runny because I think my pumpkin had too much water in. But if you can get that to go around there and it stays, fine, do it. Pop it on there.
Or if not, just sit it around the edge.
If not, yeah, just use like what I'm doing. I'm using my rim around the edge just to plonk that on. It just gives a little bit of decoration. You don't need all this decoration if you don't want it. But again, it's going to hide my mistake, that's for sure.
Geraldine's done a big spider.
Big spider? Oh yeah, that would be quite good. Right, so there we go. So I've got a nice thing, and then I've got some leaves there which will brown when they're in the oven. What you can do, right, so get this back in the oven. This is where you want your timers. Gently do it because it's quite a wobbly mix.
So how long for?
I'm going to tell you in a second.
Like 7:15.
Right, so mine's gone in at 7:15. Again, this is a very loose time because we've all got different sized tins and different depths and stuff. So you want 190, we're going to give it 15 minutes at 190, and then we're going to turn it down to 180, and we're going to bake this for about 45 to 55 minutes.
Wow.
It's kind of depending on what your depth and stuff is, but I think mine's going to take nearer the hour because he was quite. Right, so if you want to get a bit more decoration on top, what you can do is roll some pastry. I tell you what, I just as well go and do it, and I'm telling people that I just want to go and do it. Right, so who's got extra mix left? If you've got extra mix left, you can. I've got that So I got nothing. So I'm just getting rid of that. Right, so if you had extra mix left, you can just pop that in the fridge, and then if you've got a bit more pastry left, tomorrow you can make some more. That mix will keep in the fridge for 2 or 3 days. Just give it a little bit of a whisk up before you use it again. You've got the pastry there, or you can roll out a bit more pastry now, because you're not going to know until now how much mix you got until you've filled up your thing.
Natalie said, can you do the timings again, please?
Timings again. So pop them in the oven, Natalie, and we're going to give it 15 minutes, and then we're going to turn the oven down to about 180, and then it's 45 to 55 total time. So note your time now. Mine went in at 7:15, so I'm going to turn mine down at 7:30, and then I'm going to be checking it around. He's going to be coming out of the oven around 8 o'clock, 8:10, somewhere around then. But you'll be able to see it. It's a bit hard to explain at the moment, but once he starts to brown, you'll feel it. You can feel whether it's done or not. You can bounce it. You'll know, because it's kind of an eggy mix. See.
So Mark, Helen and Duncan have all got mix left over.
Yep. So how much mix have you got? It all depends on, like I said, the size of your pan. You can pop that in the fridge, keep it, or you can make some mini ones up. If you've got another tin, you could roll out a bit more pastry. Duncan, you're screwed because you bought tin, so you can't do that. But pop it in the fridge, buy a bit more pastry, and then you can make another one. When you have this and then give it to someone, realise how good it is, and you can make another one and
will it keep in the fridge?
give it to someone.
5 days?
It's fresh cream and eggs. So if your cream date's normally about 5 days, but if you keep it in there for about 3 days, and then just whisk it up again before you use it, and then just repeat exactly the same process. Right, so I'm going to show you how we can do decorations on top.
Helen's got 200 millilitres.
Right, so decorations on top. I put mine around the side. Yesterday's I done for the shop that we sold. I had a thicker mix and I could have stuck them on, but I had a tin puree there because that's what I normally use, but couldn't get it this year because of COVID and stuff. Americans in sending it over. So we'll make exactly the same again. Make some leaves, or should we do a face? Let's do a Halloween face. Let's see if we can do a pumpkin. And what I'm going to do on that 15-minute stage, when we go to turn the oven down, because it would have set slightly, I'm going to lay this on top, and then we'll have a pumpkin face on top.
Duncan's going to make some mini tarts with his leftover.
Yep, that's it, mini tarts. Awesome. I mean, to be fair, to mix it up a little bit, how about some cheesecake base? You could do cheesecake base in like muffin tarts and then pour that on. That would probably work. You just got to make sure you'd be able to cut them out. But your biscuit base will go kind of crispy, because it did when we did the what's it called? The Mississippi mud pie, because it's in the oven a long time and the butter's in your base. Right, so this bit here, make sure we roll this half the thinness of the other bit, purely because it's going to cook less in the oven. Does that make sense? So all that in there was rolled at like the pound thickness. We want to roll this about half again, so a bit thinner, because it's not going to have as long in the oven. And then basically cut a pumpkin out. This is where your skills come in, when you realise you're rubbish at cutting pumpkins. Don't look much like a pumpkin, looks more like a heart.
So what about the little...
The what?
Oh, you're doing that one.
I don't know whether that's any good. So there's like a little pumpkin we can pop on there. Maybe a ghost. What about a ghost? How would you do a ghost? Ghost would be good because it is Halloween, isn't it? I'll do 2. Right, and then these I'm going to put on after the 15-minute stage. And then they should hold on the top. But like I say, some of you might have had a thicker mix than mine. I think my pumpkin was a bit runny. Because when I went to put it on, I had to tip some juice off. I don't know whether anybody else had to. Right, so let's do... I don't believe in ghosts, so I don't even know what they look like. Right, so hopefully everybody's got them in the oven. I don't know, does that look like a ghost? I don't know, put them in there, we'll see. Right, so quick recap on everything for those that are a little bit behind. You should have put your mix into the jug. We should have had your bake case out. You should have filled your bake case up to about that much from the top. Back in the oven, 15 minutes. We're going to turn the oven down to 180 from 190, depending on what your oven's like. I mean, my oven's quite fierce, so your oven might not be. You might, you know, you have to use your sort of your judgment on that. Then we're going to bake for another half an hour. Have a look at it, see where you are. Obviously, if it's thinner, you might need to look a little bit before. If you're thicker, like me, you're going to have to give it another sort of I reckon mine will be out about 1/4 past. I reckon I'll go the full hour with mine. But we shall see. Then I put some leaves around. I decorated it around the edge of the thing. I don't know how many people were doing that part of it. So I popped them around. Hopefully they stay on. Probably not. They're probably all sunk to the bottom and swimming around in there now. Then I've got some on top. I'm going to try and put some on when that sets up a little bit to show that you can put decorations on the top. I do know a lot of Americans take cranberries and they sort of put them in icing sugar and toast them up and then get them all glazed and then put them on. It looks quite cool, but I haven't got any cranberries, so I can't do that. Right, so that's that done. So can everybody give me a thumbs up and tell me that you're all there? So it'd be good to know that everybody's in the oven and we're all at the same stage. Look like a what?
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, yeah.
Thumbs up, I don't think that was fun.
But that's where cookie cutters come in good. I got a cookie cutter. I got a set of Halloween cutters at work. I didn't even think about doing that on time. I was just going to do leaves. But yeah, so if you've got cookie cutters, you can cut them out.
Darren Edwards has gone totally basic because he doesn't have any spare pastry.
Not a problem, Darren.
Paul Damon in the oven for the first 15.
Yeah.
Geraldine down to what temperature after 15?
180, Geraldine, 180.
Helen's in the oven.
It sounds like everybody's there then, yeah?
Natalie says her sides have definitely sunk.
Your sides are sunk, have they? Don't want that. Was it not high like mine? You see when I put the red, because you had that nice big thick rim of yours. I saw your picture of it, the red one. You should have had your pastry up over that.
Duncan's in the oven. Emma, hers is in the oven.
So everybody's in the oven then. So we're all basically just waiting for it to cook then, aren't we? I've got a messed up kitchen, but who's got pumpkin puree left?
So there was Mark, Helen, Duncan. There was a few, there's not half a dozen.
Okay, so I got that much left. So I'm just going to make a quick soup up for lunch, or tea, dinner, whatever it is. Has anybody ever made soup before? Somebody must have.
James is in the oven. Oh, Natalie said it was over the edge to start with. When I took the rice out, it sunk.
Oh. Did you get all the mix in though? Because hopefully we can, hopefully it'll be alright. Right, so I took a knob of butter in there, literally about that much.
That is 15 minutes before the oven goes down, isn't it?
15 minutes before the oven goes down.
That's Simon Parker.
Yeah, I'm another 5 minutes away.
Darren's just about to pick up a curry.
Just about to pick up a curry, I'm just about to make pumpkin curry soup. That's good timing then, Darren, isn't it? So if you've got an hour to go, you can literally run around and get that, and then you got pudding coming out.
No, it was the pie mixes that we all had left, wasn't it? Sorry, not puree. Yeah.
Oh, the pie mix. Well, the pie mixes. If you want to make more, you could do a tray bake. Like I said, you could put shortbread down, put it on, bake that in the oven. There's various ways of doing it, because it is just like an egg custard. When you've tasted this one, you'll see it. But keep that mix in there. Don't throw it away. You can use that. And you can just literally buy a little bit more pastry, or make a bit more, or hopefully, and then make little tarts. What about that for the kids? You can make little mini ones. Kids love them. Right, so melt your butter down. Chuck a bit of flour in, and you make a roux. This is, I guess, I don't have measurements, so let's just guess it all. But basically, I'm just going to use up all my excess pumpkin here. I'm only doing this just something to do while we're here, because we're going to have to be here for at least another half an hour.
Oh, Mark James has got loads of puree left.
Yeah, how much you got, Mark? I got that much there. I got... Right, so that's a roux. It's a mixture of... Let's turn that down. Mixture of flour and butter. Right, so I'm going to chuck a bit of water in there. I've got a tin of coconut. I'm going to chuck a little bit of curry powder in there just to give it a spice. You don't want a lot. Even though it's a pumpkin curry soup, you just want a bit in there just to get the taste. And now I'm going to go with about a tablespoon. That's just straightforward curry powder going in there. You just add a little bit of water over time, and then you just mix it back to a paste. If you're worried about getting lumps, use a whisk. Whisk is like genius for this. I'm a chef, got to use a wooden spoon. Right, as you can see, that's just coming back to a paste again. And then you just slowly add your liquid to it. Don't add your liquid all at once, as so you end up with the lumps. So you just mix that in. Overheat if it gets too hot, and then we'll get back to a paste again. When you get back to that, you add your next liquid. And my next liquid is going to be coconut. Right, so I reckon I must be at the 15-minute stage now. I'm just going to pop some coconut in this, and then I'm going to check my cake. So if everybody went in at a similar sort of time to me, you need to have a little look at your right, let's have a look. Yep, that's looking very good. So I'm going to turn that down to 180 and give myself another half an hour. I've got a funny feeling though, because I did the twisty rope thing, I'm going to have an issue with that slightly burning, which is kind of good, because that means anybody else, I can show you how we get out of that now, because I can hide it with my tin foil just to stop it. But I like burnt stuff. I love burnt toast. Right, so back to my soup. Everybody else, are you checking your things?
Yeah, Mark's time has just gone out.
Yep, so have a quick look, make sure it's not leaked everywhere. Just open the door slightly, turn it down to 180.
Simon Murray said, I'm just peeling the bananas now.
Right, again, so now we've gone back to our nice paste. Thanks a bit of liquid.
Geraldine said all's good.
All's good. Good, good. We like that, Geraldine. We like all's good. So who's going to do the pumpkin soup then tomorrow? But also, if you're going to do pumpkin pie next week, you've got pumpkin puree left, pop that in the freezer. It'll be fine. Might get a little bit of like liquidy stuff come out of it, but just drain that off and don't put that in your pumpkin pie again, because as you notice, it was quite a wet mix anyway.
Natalie has a gas oven. Should she be turning it round at all?
Do you have to turn things around in your gas oven, Natalie? If you have to, normally, yes, I would turn it around. My oven at work, I got a massive one, and literally it cooks in different stages. We have to turn the trays continuously because it's super hot in spaces and not in others.
Duncan's is looking good.
Duncan, if you brought a case, there's a good chance yours might be a bit thinner than ours. So yours might cook before ours, because normally the cases that you buy in pre-done generally tend to be a little bit thinner than a homemade plate or homemade tin. So just keep an eye on that. As to gas temperature, I'm not sure what the gas temperature is. I've got to be honest, I've never ever used a gas oven.
Isn't it gas mark 45 for about 180, 190, I think?
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
whatever you cook a cake on, that's the temperature you want to turn it down to. We had it a little bit high to start with, just to set your cake up or your egg mix up, and then we turn it down then, and then cook it on like a cake temperature. So Natalie, cake temperature, whatever that
Emma
is.
Terry is actually making another pumpkin pie now.
Good stuff. Yeah, you just go, because you've got that mixer, so if you just blind bake, if you've got another tin, blind bake it off, and it keeps for 5-6 days when it's baked.
Oh God,
It's not a cake
yeah.
that, it's not something that you've got to eat, you know, like when if you do like bread things, when we do our Cinnabons, they've got about a 2-day shelf life on them. Whereas these, you eat this now, a bit like our Bakewells, you can have that now, you could have it in 5 days time, and you don't notice the difference.
Mark said, are we at 150 now?
150?
Yeah, after 15 minutes.
No, 180. 180, Mark. Turn it down from, it should have been 190 and then turn it down to 180. Right, so now I've added all my tin of coconut. Now you can see I've got soup consistency now. So now I'm just going to chuck in all my pumpkin puree. So it's like pumpkin puree gone into coconut curry milk.
Mark James says, pumpkin curry with triple cooked chips.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Chips and soup.
Right, so I'm going to chuck some salt and pepper in. You can put anything you want to put in there now. Salt and pepper.
You have the new one, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to be trying that, aren't I? Right, so the habanero
Oh yeah.
chili pepper. Habaneros are what they make the buffalo wings out of, so they're super hot, but this is supposedly heatless. Fingers crossed.
How long for the second bit of the oven, sorry?
About half an hour-ish, so depending on, we're looking at around 45 minutes to 55 minutes, so the second stage is going to be half an hour to 40 minutes, depending on how thick your cake is.
Yeah?
Holy shit.
What? Doesn't...
No. Oh wow.
Going back to the chilies, Duncan's got a lot of chilies and he said, could you actually send in the recipe over to do that puree that you've done?
Oh, Duncan, with that puree, literally all I've done, I've got, where's my machine?
Oh, it's up top, yeah.
I got like a coffee grinder, mini liquidizer. I literally just popped all the chilies in there. I did 2 lots, put them all in there, and I put rapeseed oil with it. You probably need, I had about 20 chilies, and I probably put about third of a cup to half of a cup of rapeseed oil in there, just slowly, so it binds it all down. And then, if you want to put garlic in it, that then becomes harissa, doesn't it? Harissa paste, which they use in Marrakesh places,
Yeah.
Middle East. Yeah, and you know, I was going to put garlic in it, but I didn't have any garlic to put in it, so I literally just done chili, so I didn't want to waste it. But yeah, pop your chilies in there, and then now it just means you've got that, and that'll keep longer because the oil's kind of marinating it now. And then I'm just going to pop that in the fridge, leave that in the fridge, and I'll just take spoonfuls out to do it with stuff.
Duncan said with seeds.
Yeah, I put everything in. All I did, I just took the stalks out, that was all.
And Mark James said you have to watch yourself in the morning after doing that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, them scorpion chilies, yeah. But that there, right, that there, I think that had about 15 scorpion chilies in it. That mix I made, I used 1.5, so that is like, it's going to be, I'm not even going to taste that, but that there, that's mental. Habanero chili pepper, and it's got no heat in it. And it tastes like, it just tastes like you're eating pepper. So it's nice flavour. So yeah, Duncan, that's what you do with your chilies, just do that. Also, get some chili, get some oil bottles, just chuck your chilies in there, and then you've got chili oil.
Just ordinary oil, isn't it?
Yeah, that's rapeseed oil again. I just fill that up, I pop chilies in the bottom, and then I have a chili oil.
Duncan said he's got scorpion.
You've got scorpion, yeah.
Yeah, we've done pies with him this week.
Yeah, we had scorpion sweet chili pies. It's really tasty. Right, so I'm popping a bit of pepper in there. Put some salt in there, and I always use a little bit of stock. I use it at work. This is what we do to, mind you, we're not chicken stock, we make our own chicken stock. I'll just pop a little bit of chicken stock into there. Right, everybody keeping an eye on. You all must be getting to the stage of turning it down. What are they all looking like? Can you give me sort of shout outs what we're looking? Is your pastry browning too much around the outside? Any spillages? Are we all looking good? I've heard Geraldine's was looking good.
My Mark's not had his pie yet. He bought one of those, didn't he?
Right, so I've got the pumpkin soup there, which was so easy to make. You've just seen that. I've used all my puree up. I've got some curry powder in there. And then I just pinched a bit of chicken from work.
Natalie said pastry is browning.
Ace. Pinched a bit of chicken from work. Got some cooked chicken breast. So like, if you had a roast dinner and you got a bit of chicken left, and I'm just going to chuck some bits in there. So now we've got pumpkin chicken soup.
Mark's is looking okay at the moment. Duncan said his has risen.
Yeah, it will rise a bit, but it shouldn't over rise. It will. That's the eggs. Rubbish, I forgot 15-minute stage. I'm supposed to be putting them on, wasn't I?
Oh, that's because you're doing it.
Yeah, it's because I started doing soup. Right, I'm going to whip mine out quickly. The cake, that is. Right. Let's see. Right, so there's mine. As you can see, mine's browning along quite nicely. Do you know what? I think if I put this on, I'm not sure if it's going to ruin it. Do I do it just...
No, it's sinking.
Let's do it. If it ruins, it doesn't matter because it's only mine and a new lot I know for the future. So look, just plonked a ghosty face on there. Now as you notice, mine's browning a little bit. So I'm going to rush this a little bit because I don't want this leaving out too long. Take a bit of tin foil. Sort of split it in half like so. And then I'm just going to cover as best you can the pastry.
Paul Bailey said his sank, so he took it off.
Yeah. So mine stayed on there. So obviously mine's set up there. So I'm literally just fudging a bit of there you go. Like, see, I've just covered all of that, but I've left the middle showing. And that's feeling quite firm already on mine. Like I said, my oven's quite fierce. So I'm going to chuck that back in. I'm actually going to turn my oven back a bit more, because if I show you, I got stupid dials on here. They're just not exact, and then trying to get like these exact 180s, and oh, it's ridiculous. So I'm kind of looking at the dot, a massive dot. I look like I'm on 175 now, but that's purely my oven.
Say hi to Steve, Tommy.
Hiya Tomo, you doing alright mate? How'd City get on today? They beat West Ham? I know Leeds won last night. How good was that? Right, so I didn't go with the pumpkin. I forego that. I just put the ghost on. It looks like it'll probably work, but it'll help you out if you want to do this next week for Halloween, so you can see that. So everybody should have their ovens turned down now. Were they looking like mine? Is the top starting to sort of firm up a bit like an egg custard? I mean, I pulled mine out and I could see just by the way it was moving that it's starting to set up. It's looking a bit more solid, not runny. But my pastry was doing a bit quick. But then again, that also is the fact that we put the rope around, because there's all that exposed pastry on top, so it is going to cook and it will go crispy, but hey ho, we don't like crispy pastry. When I did yesterday's, we did that one for work, so obviously that was all pushed in, so I didn't have the thick on top, so the only bit that was shown was that, and that cooked perfect. So I think some of you have not gone with the ropey bit. You won't have the issue of having to cover it over. There you go, look. So I got curry soup. Haven't tasted it yet, but that's what we're having in a minute when we finish. See how long did that take? I just done that while I'm stood here talking, and I've just used up all that excess pumpkin.
Tomo's just giving you a rude comment.
Someone's giving me a rude comment, so I'm assuming you lost them.
It called you something head.
I actually don't know the result, but I'm assuming I hit the nail on the head and Man City lost then, did they? Right, so hopefully we're all getting there now. We should have all turned our ovens down, looking at the time, 1:45. So I'm looking, I've got about another 15 minutes. We probably should all hold on.
So Duncan said mine's going on the outside, still a little bit liquid inside.
Well, that's good, because you still in theory have got another 15 minutes cooking. So that's not an issue, that's not a problem.
Geraldine, mine. Oh, soup. Okay, my soup. She's done onion, paprika, garlic soup.
Ooh. Get you.
Yay. Good girl.
So if you've got any pumpkin left, Geraldine, like pureed pumpkin, you can have soup in the week. Or you can make a curry. You can pop that in, you can make a proper curry up with the pumpkin. Get all your, go back on and see my butter chicken. Just follow the butter chicken recipe. Take out the tomatoes and add in the puree instead of tomatoes, and you'll have more of a butter pumpkin chicken curry. That'll work.
Oh, it's one all the score.
1-1. That's not too bad, is it? At least you didn't lose. Right. So, do you all want to hold on? Yeah, we've got to hold on. I'm about 15-20 minutes away. Seems a bit silly going without showing you the products. And now we need to talk about something. Give me some topics. What can we talk about? What can we talk about? I haven't got another one. Oh, I did think I want to do a bit more savoury, because I feel like we're doing too many sweet things.
You're going to do Christmas dinner at some point, aren't you?
Yeah. So has anybody got savoury ideas? What would you like to learn how to cook? It's got to be something a bit fun. It It can't just be like a stew, because that's just a bit boring, isn't it? Is there something out there that people would like to make?
We've
Like,
done Indian, haven't we?
yeah, well, like a beef Wellington. We can make our own pastry, and we could do chicken Wellington. So obviously beef Wellington's mega expensive. We could do a chicken Wellington. Could be a shout.
Chicken with pate and mushrooms.
Yeah, in pastry.
Oh,
We could make that up. We could do a salmon one. We could do salmon Wellington. Make it the shape of a fish.
Emma said katsu curry. We've done curry, haven't we?
Katsu curry. Is that the deep fried with curry sauce?
Joe wants to know if we're doing Christmas hampers.
Christmas hampers. We'll be doing something up, Joe. Not decided what yet, but obviously yours will be in the post. But we're going to try and devise a box to be posted out to people with maybe like a pork pies in it, mince pies, a sausage roll wreath, Bailey's chocolate log. So like a bit of a spread for the Boxing Day. So yeah, but I won't be able to do hundreds and hundreds of them because, as you know, there's only the 3 of us. So when I do it up, it will be a limited amount because obviously at Christmas it is just chaos, and we need to, it's just trying to get everything done. But there will be something Christmassy coming up.
Oh, that's a good one. Paul Damon said, my daughter wants you to do your version of McDonald's.
My version of McDonald's.
That's a good one. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duncan's saying, can you do sausage rolls, pork pies, pastry? No.
Well, on it, no, because I want you to buy them. I'm not going to tell you how to make them, am I? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't mind doing these cooking things, but I ain't teaching you how to make pastas and stuff.
Emma said, yeah, it's breaded chicken.
Yeah, that's the Japanese. I like that. I just rubbish with names, but I know the one you have.
Do you know, McDonald's would be good to do.
So McDonald's.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I had McDonald's for about 10, 15 years. I don't know what it tastes like.
I'll go and buy you one tomorrow then.
No.
We'll have one on the way down.
No.
I could try a triple burger. People want me to try it.
So what do they do? Right. So if we go with McDonald's, then what do they do?
So
Hit me with what goes in a McDonald's. So they have gherkins in, don't they?
gherkins, tomato, lettuce.
So it's basically just a burger, and they have like
But then they
have their own
ones,
sauce.
don't they? They do like they do a barbecue one and.
Yeah, so you can't just do a plain burger. You've got to do a burger that's.
Yeah.
Because
I'll go and take a pictures of their menus that they've got on at the moment,
right. Okay.
and then you can go from there.
So maybe that then, Paul. Maybe that. Maybe we get down and do some form of a dirty burger. Because you've got to make a nice sauce. Because if I remember rightly, don't they have their own special sauce? Because isn't it the sauce that makes you addictive?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I've watched the program on it. There's a lot of stuff in there that
fries,
makes you feel
onion
bad.
rings, chicken nuggets,
Oh, we could do chicken nuggets.
Big Mac.
Yeah, we could do nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. We can do nuggets.
You've got to do a burger as well. Show people how to do a burger because burgers are so easy to make and people don't realise.
Did not realise. Right, okay, then so we can do burger and nuggets. And then we need to get, what you need to do then is go and get some boxes from McDonald's.
Hi man's Happy
you can,
Meal, said Mark.
you can serve it up in a box like they do at McDonald's. Okay then, right, so leave this with me. It's going to have to be a couple of weeks away. Probably do it when we're in full-on lockdown, which is obviously going to be coming soon. We can do it sort of around November time. And then, yeah, so right, that's it then. So next Pipe Man Live is going to be...
Fries. Oh yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So we'll
Dirty
right,
fries.
keep these
They
ideas
are.
coming on here. I'll read it all up and then we'll figure out a McDonald's burger with
Apparently
nuggets.
they do a Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, they do some, whatever that sauce is, they put stuff in it that makes you addicted. That's what makes you always want to go back for another burger. As soon as you eat it,
You
you're
can actually
hungry
do a
again.
milkshake as well, but do an alcoholic one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, see, it's all coming together now, isn't it?
Thank you, Paul Damon.
There
Paul
you go.
Damon's daughter. Actually.
Paul Damon's daughter, don't know your name, but nice one. Right, let's have a little look at me cake. All right, what times are we at now? 10:02, so I'm still 10 minutes away with mine, minimum, and I got a big one. Mine's still another 15 minutes away, and I don't think my ghost is going to cook on top. So when I pop mine out, and you look at it, just ignore the ghost on top, because it looks shit. Right, so we've sorted Next Pie Man Live out, and we'll have nuggets, burger, dirty fries, and an alcoholic milkshake.
Oh, apparently Emily, she will be well chuffed. It's her birthday on the 7th of November.
7th of November.
What day is that for? 7th of November is... Oh, it's a Saturday. Saturday the 7th. So you've got Halloween next Saturday. Saturday after that? Do you want to do it for her birthday?
Possibility.
Yeah, might do.
Possibility. So you ain't got to take her to McDonald's then. You can
Mark
just
James
do
says,
it at home.
I'm loving it.
Loving what?
You don't get it, do you? He doesn't go to McDonald's, Mark.
I don't go to McDonald's, Mark. I hate McDonald's. Literally, with a passion, I hate McDonald's.
That's the thingy line. I'm loving
I'm
it.
starving hungry on the night out. I will walk past McDonald's. I will walk 3 miles to get a dirty burger from somewhere else. But literally, even them Happy Meal, I just hate the whole thing that they do.
I do like their breakfast.
No. You were sick and ill when you
I
went.
know.
She literally, she had
That was January,
a breakfast and
wasn't it?
threw
Yeah.
up after it. And I'm like, how could you still go back and eat one of them? It just made you sick.
It took me a little while.
Not a chance. And that's why I don't eat them. Anybody
Mark
should
James doesn't like McDonald's either.
go and check out. There's that guy on YouTube, or it's on Netflix
did
actually, is
Doctor,
it? Yeah.
didn't
He did 30 days
He was a
of
reporter, wasn't he?
eating Big Mac for lunch, dinner, and breakfast or something.
Supersized it, didn't
Yeah,
he?
supersize. That's what's called supersize.
Yeah.
Every time they asked him, he had to say, yes, I'm going to supersize.
Yeah.
So he upgraded it, and he ate it continuous for a month. The doctors told him he had to stop. They said
yeah,
his liver was
literally
collapsing
dangerous.
on him. His everything was like, they said you've got to stop, because you're going to end up like. I mean, obviously he went to the excess of doing it, but I don't know. Right. Any more questions? We're sorting out Next Pie Man Live. Anybody want to know anything else? Oh, I got a good one for you. On Facebook, right, next week it's Halloween, so I had a hand I was going to do, and I was going to do some boxes up. It kind of hasn't materialised. So I'm going to do some sort of hand next week. It's going to be filled with like bolognese mince and like red and blood and stuff. A scary hand. But I was also getting, have you seen on Facebook the skull pizzas? So they put the bread in, they put the pizza sauce in, bread back on top, cook it, and this big skull comes out, and they pull it apart, and all the stuff comes out. I thought, I can do a pie in that. We can have a skull pie. So I ordered them. Didn't realise they were from America, via China. They turned up yesterday. That is it. It's not even an ice cube. What a con. I bought 8 of these for 32 quid. Trying to get my money back, but I mean,
Yeah, but
when they
these
go at the
fellas
thing,
are fish.
it's like that. They're like that. They pull out
Yeah,
these
they were
skulls,
huge.
and look how thin it is.
They actually look like about the size of a hand, didn't they?
Right, here's my pound coin. There's my pound coin. Look, that's the depth of it. That. Ridiculous. How am I supposed to put a pizza in that? So the moral of the story is, folks, don't buy off of Facebook. Don't buy from bloody China.
Helen said, if I have a burger, the last thing I want to taste of is McDonald's. I'll just have to drink.
It ain't gonna taste. It isn't gonna taste of McDonald's, darling. There's no way am I doing a McDonald's one. It's gonna be, if I'm doing. You had burgers. Did you not have burgers when you came down last?
Did you do burgers outside?
I don't know. I thought we did burgers on the Kadai.
Yeah. Geraldine's soup tastes amazing. There you go, Geraldine.
So now, don't forget you'll make pumpkin soup now tomorrow.
We have cheese on toast with our soup, haven't we?
Yeah. Right, just gonna stick my soup aside there. Right, how's everybody going? Are we getting to? Right, some of the thinner people could be getting there. I'm worried about yours, Duncan, because of you had the pre-baked pastry case.
Paul Damon said his 30-minute timer has gone off. What is he looking for?
Right, so Paul Damon, you want to like look at it, give it a little shake. Does it move in one solid sort of movement, or is there like a runny bit in the middle? And you can also try and like just push it a little bit and feel you got like a bit of resistance. Or if you feel the edge, that's the easiest way to do it. Go to the edge, but you got to be careful you don't burn your hands because this stuff can be a little bit sticky. So just tap the edge and you'll feel like a nice sort of firm bounce, because that will be cooked. It's the bit that doesn't cook or takes longer is the centre. So if you can do that and then it feels similar there, you're good to go. I mean, to be fair, if it's a little bit runny, you're not gonna. But without actually physically seeing it myself, it's a tad hard. So I'm like relying on you lot to work this one out for yourselves. But if you feel the edge, you'll feel that bouncy kind of egg custardy, omelette-y type feel. And that's what you're looking for in the middle. If you can get the two together, if you feel that and it goes down a bit, you need a little bit longer. So as long as you've got the bounce evenly all the way around. I'll whip mine out. I shouldn't really be taking this out because mine's not done, but I probably can show you. But then I stuck that stupid thing in the middle. See, I stuck my stupid whatever in the middle there. So there's mine. Right, let's see if I can. So there, I'm feeling that. That's quite firm. I've got a nice bounce on it there. Oh, actually, do you know what?
That's moving there, isn't it?
I'm not too far away myself.
Paul's going to put his back in.
Yeah, because I can feel mine there. It's a bit hard to touch. It's quite hot. I got a little bit in the middle there, but I'm only a couple of minutes away. Yeah, see? So that's what you should be looking for. You get a little bit of a wobble there. That's quite a firm wobble, if you can see it. It's not too bad. I'm going to leave the foil off now, but I reckon I'm going to give mine another 5 minutes. So if I've done mine was quite a thick one. I've had 45, so I'm getting towards the 55 minutes, which is around what we were saying, 45 to 55 minutes. So everybody else should be probably having a quick look at yours now and deciding on what you think. And then we're good to go. The only thing is you can't eat this for about an hour. Not like the wobbly jiggly cheesecake, which we literally took straight out, sliced, bang it and tasted it. You're better off just letting this go warm. It tastes better warm. You can have it cold.
I like mine cold.
I prefer mine warm, but you don't want it hot. Does that make sense? It's like, so take that out. I'm going to leave mine for an hour and then I'm going to cut a slice out. Just leave it on the side, give it an hour and then just cut them up. Depending on what cases you've got, you might struggle to get them out. I've got a foil case there, like I've taken from work, so there's no loose bottom. So I've got that and I'll have to like dig it out a bit and tip it out, so I need to wait for mine to cool down a bit. But if you've got loose bottoms, if you've got them, that's fine, you can do that. Pop it back in then. If it feels a bit runny, pop it back in. It's not going to hurt it leaving it in there for another 5 minutes or another 10 minutes.
Still a little bit runny too.
Yeah, see, so again, my oven was like my oven's it's too hot. I mean, it's done mine quite quick. Yeah, our oven's it's really hard to get a low temperature in this oven. But you know, if you feel running, you feel like just leave it back in for 5 minutes.
So I think everyone needs a little bit longer.
Yeah, I actually did get mine in before everybody else, I think, as well, because we had the little mishap with whatever. So you could all be 10 minutes. You could all be another 5-10 minutes behind me anyway. But yeah, again, so you can also let it cool down and then just cut the slices out. Don't worry about having to try and tip it out because you're not serving it up for a party or nothing, or I don't think you are. But you know, you can just leave it, let it cool down for an hour. Just get your knife, cut a bit out, dig that out, and then the rest will come out easy then. So that's how you serve them up. Pop them in the fridge though, because it's got cream in it overnight. You know, don't go leaving it out. It needs to be kept in the fridge because it has got fresh cream eventually. Anything else I need to tell anybody?
Can you tell people to send the pictures in?
Oh yeah, send your pictures in. Send your pictures in. Should we give something away?
You are. You've given an apron, aren't you?
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you said that.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I
You said
forgot
it
that
in the
one.
middle of the thing.
No, that's the magazine there.
Oh, the
Didn't
magazine.
cheesecake,
I thought you
innit?
said not. Oh, okay.
That's the magazine.
Can
Yeah.
you do an apron?
All right, I think I've got an apron left at work. So everybody send their pictures in. Whoever's took part, post a picture. I'll give it till the middle of the week. So if you're making it, I know there's a few people making it like tomorrow and the next day.
Oh, Gary, him indoors has popped out. It's beeping. How do I know it's cooked? That's B. So B's taken over from Darren. So
Oh, Darren's gone to get the curry.
Darren's gone to get curry.
Right, B. So egg custard, you want to fill that bit there, and that should be sort of firm. Then if you fill the middle, and if that fills as firm as well, if that fills the same sort of bouncy texture as that, it'll be done. But if the middle is the bit that's going to take longer to cook, if that feels a bit like it's going to sink back on you, you need to pop it back in the oven again, or just keep it in the oven. Just give it another 5 minutes. It's not going to hurt being in there too long, as long as you don't turn the oven up, the grill on and burn it. Do you know when you said Gary, I thought you meant Gary. You said Gary's popped. I thought you meant Gary next door. I was like, what?
Yeah, so you're going to get people to pop pictures in and...
Yeah, okay, yeah, we're going back to that. So everybody post a picture of your pumpkin pies. It's not about looks, it's just about taking part. So I'm going to flip out an apron. If you're local, you can come and pick it up. If you're not, I'll
We'll
post
pop
it
it
to
in
you.
the post.
We can pop it in the post. So you can have, can't have this apron because this is my special apron.
Oh, I've got the white one.
You want the white. So this is me rock and roll apron, this one. Look at that. How cool is that apron? So instead of like a jacket, there's some cool bands on there, aren't there?
Josie made it.
Yeah, Mrs. O'Toole made this. So anyway, you get that design on an apron. Pie Man Live 2020 lockdown bake-offs. So I'll flip that out to whoever gets randomly drawn out. I'm going to watch Wicked Rivers. What time are they on? Anybody know? It's probably about 9 o'clock, isn't it?
Simon Haggett said, really enjoyed that again. Cheers.
You're done, Simon, are you? Is everything good? Is he out? Remember, post a picture, and because you've got a t-shirt, you might be able to win an apron to go with the t-shirt. Or did you have an apron as well? Not too sure.
Darren said, just got in, all looks good.
All looks good, Daz. Good. Good man. Yeah, mine's done.
Mark wants to know, what was the patch top left?
I'll have a look in a sec, Mark. I'm just going to show you this. Right, so there we go. I got a ghost on there that looks like Pac-Man. It's a crap ghost. I shouldn't have put that on. But if you look there, you can just see it's just started to raise up. And I can feel that all the way around, and that's nice and firm now. So I can touch all that. It feels spongy, omelette-y. I've got a nice crunchy top around there. I've got my leaves around there. So I'm just going to leave that now. That's done. Job done. That's what you should all be looking at. Right, so time-wise, for me, bearing in mind I had a proper thick one, so it's 50 minutes. 50 minutes mine took. So everybody else should be looking around the 50-minute mark. So after your 15 minutes in the oven, everybody should be looking at around another 35 minutes after that. So I don't think you're all going to be too far behind me. And if you feel like you need to leave it in a little bit longer, not an issue, leave it in. Better to have it just slightly overdone than runny.
Top left patch. I reckon that's the massive.
Top left patch, it
But
depends.
is his left or your left?
If we go top left
I
on
reckon he's
both.
getting excited for massive wagons.
Bootyard Bandits on one side and Massive on the other.
Does he know massive?
Do you know Massive? Go and check
Oh, they've
Massive.
got a cookery book, haven't
Oh,
they, as well?
yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Really
go.
good one.
I'll tell you what, if you like Minty and Mark, you'll probably like Massive. Good band. Loud rock and roll, good fun, Aussie band. And they've got a cookbook out. Basically, I think, is it 20 quid?
I don't know.
Yeah, 25 pound. It's out now. Go and check out Massive. Look up Brad, find him, tell him I sent you. Go on there, order that. They're teaching you how to cook. They've been cooking in lockdown. He lives in Germany. Brenton lives over in Aussie,
Australia.
and they've been knocking up a cookbook. And on the bottom of the page, there's a little scanner. You can scan a band, and you can listen to the bands as well. And so you got, I don't know, all new bands on there. I know These Wicked Rivers are on there because they tagged them in it the other day.
Mark actually knows of them.
Mark knows them, yeah. So go and buy the book, and they've got a cookbook, and then you just zap your phone over it, and then you can listen to the music they listen to whilst they were doing it, and it looks quite cool. Yeah, so
Yeah, we've got it all.
go and buy that.
That is coming out.
Yeah,
before
beginning of
Christmas,
December.
isn't it?
Yeah, they're taking pre-orders now, and then they're like print a load out, and then you get it as a Christmas present. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that book coming. Everybody keeps asking me if I should do one, so I don't know. I did come up with an idea the other day.
Yeah, no.
Actually, let's whirl this out. What do people think? What about a Pie Man Live calendar with recipes on it? So for January, we have one of our recipes with a picture and everybody doing it, and then February another recipe. But it's like a calendar. So you get your calendar part. You get pictures of people's cakes that they made. So you could all be in print. Whoever, especially because we had some winners. Yeah, you could all be in print. We'd pop little bits and bobs and different things in there. So I was thinking of doing that. I don't know. How does that grab people? People buy it?
Got some thumbs up here.
So instead of a cookbook, it'd be a cook calendar. Pie Man Live Lockdown Cook Calendar.
Yeah, you got a lot of likes there.
Different idea. In the pipeline.
Simon Hargate's ordered massives.
Oh, you've ordered the book, have you? I'm looking forward to it coming. I am looking forward to it coming. Right, so I'm done. So I'm going to go in a second, but I'm going to hold on, just make sure everybody's got all theirs out the oven, just because there's any last minute disasters. If you want to fire away any questions or let me know that you're done.
Geraldine said, can we have a son? What?
Son.
A son? Can we have a son?
A son.
What happened? That must be spelling mistake.
Yeah. I'm not coming over there and giving you a son, Geraldine. I'm not pimping myself out.
Ian Horgan said, should it be wobbly?
Yeah, it should have a wobble, but as long as, I mean, mine's set down now. Can I pick it up? Let's have a look. So if you look there, so you've got like a little bit of a wobble there, but it should be omelette-y feeling. So it's not quite, don't get confused with last week's, that big wobble, especially the video you sent me. It's not that wobbly. But it's all about whether you got, it's all about that. Press that down. If that comes back up and it feels like it's set, if you go like that and you put your finger through it, it's not done. The bit that won't be done would be in there, and it's a little bit hard for me to check, but I'm pressing that down and I can see there's no issues there. Everything is the same texture all the way around. And because the edges are done, I know the middle's done now because it's the same texture.
Duncan said his looks like a mountain in the oven.
If it looks like a mountain, yours is probably done then done. Take them out.
Yeah, because he said he's leaving it in still. No, take it out.
I'd probably, if he's raised, because mine started to rise up a bit, that's the eggs coming to the fit, but you'll probably find yours is done. And you'll probably get air coming into it now, hence why it's coming up into a mountain. But I would say yours is done, because yours has got to be a lot thinner than mine.
He said it's a little bit wobbly.
Don't get confused. Wobbly and runny are two different things. Wobbly is when it's set up because there's egg in there, so it will have a. But if it's runny, if you put your finger on it, your finger's going to go through it. Then it's not cooked. But as yours has come up, it's imagine an omelette. When you keep cooking an omelette, the eggs keep rising, don't they? So I would definitely say yours is ready. Definitely say it's ready. I'd take him out. If anything, he's probably been in slightly too long now because that's the egg coming up.
Helen's is done.
Good girl, Hal.
He said, okay, it's coming out.
Yeah, I'll take him out. Let him. Because the other thing is, they will cook a little bit longer.
Damon's starting to bubble.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If it cracks a little bit, that's whatever.
So take it out, he's asking.
If you look at it again, does it feel firm to touch? If it feels firm to touch, cracks. Sometimes they crack, sometimes they don't. The one I did yesterday at work, I had one big crack down the side. But once it starts cracking, you know, it doesn't take away from the flavour. It's just the appearance. And you can always
said finger test coming.
Yeah, so give it a finger, Duncan, and then let us know. It's turning into innuendo bingo, isn't it? Can't wait to try a piece now though, but mine's just, there's no way I can cut mine out. I mean, look how thick he is. There's only two of us here now.
Geraldine, I think she meant, can we have a song?
Song!
She left the G off.
It's a song. I've got the radio back on now, so we've got massive wagons on now. Red dress.
Oh, not cracking, it's bubbling. That's cool. It's bubbling.
Send me a picture, Paul. Let me have a look. But again, feel it. You're probably, I would imagine, I've never heard of one bubble, but I reckon you can take him out.
Natalie's is still running.
Still running, is it? How long's it been in, Natalie?
Ian Horton said, does it go in the fridge?
No, let it cool on the side. Just let it cool down naturally. It needs to go in the fridge tonight when you're done, but don't put it in the fridge now because it's just too quick. It's too much of a shock. Cold, hot.
Duncan said it's come out clean.
It's come out, is it? Oh, right. Oh, you've stuck a knife in. You've done that test.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Say it was done. Didn't I done?
Mark James says, this is soft.
You being rude, Mark? If you've been rude, I can be ruder because mine's nice and firm.
Natalie said 55 minutes so far.
55 minutes, Natalie.
So she's got gas
Right.
oven.
Yeah. So.
She said, I think it's the gas oven.
Is it starting to burn? If it's starting to burn, cover it with a bit of tin foil. If it's going too brown, that'll just help you keep it in there a bit longer. But again, you're looking for the firm, because it's weird. It still feels kind of runny, but it feels like an
Just
omelette.
soft.
Yeah. So if you feel like when you do an omelette and you get that firm on the outside, that's what we're looking for. Because I mean, it's still mine's wobbling, so don't get confused with runny and. Let me do a thing like what Duncan just done. That might help everybody. I don't normally test it like this, but I'm assuming if I do that, I'll probably get a nice clean. Yeah.
She says she's popped some foil on.
So I get a nice clean. So Natalie, just try popping a knife
She
inside
said not
it.
even slightly firm yet.
Not even slightly.
Does she have some more mix left over?
Did you have the right mix, Natalie? So you should have had 450 of the puree, and then 3 eggs. Did you pop 3 eggs in? You remembered the eggs? Because I'm amazed it is still running now. And then did you pop the corn flour in? See, the corn flour helps set things back up. People messaging me.
Oh, we sent a video, Paul Damon.
Alright, let's go and have a look at the video.
I think Ganache's going to take it out. It's done, going to take it out, he says.
Where did you send the video to?
Don't know, we just sent a video. I've sent it here, but I think it's going to take it out. It's going to take it out. Sometimes they take a bit to come through. Oh, Natalie sent a video as well. So 2 videos coming through, hopefully. Oh, it says Natalie sent one in Messenger.
Wow!
Hi man, Messenger. That's what Paul said.
Right. I would say, Natalie, your oven's not up high enough at all. Because your pastry's not even that brown either, is it? So, hang on, have I got a gas? So if I was you, Natalie, I think you need to turn your oven up. I'm just trying to see whether they do a gas mark. Have you got a phone?
Conversion,
Yeah, so
hang on.
check out 190. What gas 190 is. Yeah, looking at your video you just sent me, Natalie, yours is just, I don't think it's, I think it's just not set up because of your oven. So I would turn your oven up. Right, so she's just checking the conversion.
Okay, so what am I looking at?
190.
190, oops, should be gas mark 5.
So 190 should be gas mark 5. That's what you should have started off at, and then you should have turned it down. Ooh, gonna
So
run out of
what should go
battery.
after that?
Oh, it'd be down to about
Is it
4.
150, so it's 2. 150 is 2.
No, it's
Oh, sorry.
180.
Oh, 180. Yeah, it's about 4.
Yeah, so you need to turn your oven up and do it on 5. Get it on 5, and then you want to check that in about another sort of 10-15 minutes. I reckon your oven's not too, it's the gas. That's why I don't like gas. Gas is like worse
She
than...
said she had it on gas mark 5.
You had it on gas mark 5, wow. Or perhaps your oven's not running at the right temperatures. Not sure, but that definitely looks like that needs the oven turning up. So turn it up from what you've had it on, and then leave it in there and check it again in about 15 minutes. If it starts to burn slightly, cover it with foil because the heat will still get through and set up your eggs. So you double check your recipe. You did have like the eggs in there, didn't you? Because that's one of the main things. The eggs and the corn flour. 450 puree. 300 was the liquid cream and milk. And then your spices. Right, that's fine, Paul. So you go and turn your oven up, Natalie, and then I'll go and find Paul.
Paul was on Messenger, he said.
Yeah, yours is done, Paul. Take him out. I'm pretty sure yours is done. I can't see 'cause I can't get it big enough on it. It's only a little one. But looking at the edge and the way it's raised up, yours is done, Paul. So
Natalie said she's followed your recipe right the way through.
see, Paul, I think the reason yours is probably bubbling then is because he's starting to overcook now. Looking at that. So definitely take yours out. So Natalie had the right. Yeah, so Natalie, definitely turn your oven up and then do that and then get that in. Is everybody else done apart from Natalie now? Because Paul's taking his out.
It's just about done. Paul said, okay, cool, it's out.
Did I say we're in this video? Raise the hoof.
And I just thought there's journal on the front of the magazine. So Natalie's partner.
Natalie, get him to sort it out. Get him to buy you a electric oven. Cheapskate giving you a gas oven. Get him
Do you
your
not like
electric
gas
one.
then?
Oh, gas is so hard to cook with. Yeah, I have gas top. I hate electric top. You can't cook, you can't fry or nothing with electric top. But you need an electric oven. Always have an electric oven. Electric oven, gas stove. That's what I do.
Geraldine's all good?
Right, so I think
She's made soup tonight as well.
I think I'm going to go now because I've got a soup that I need to eat. I'm hungry. Everybody seems sorted. You can message me, I'll answer back. Natalie, you've got me messenger to keep me posted, and I'll talk you through the rest of it. And then fingers crossed, we get you a pumpkin pie out of this. We get that.
Yeah, she said Joe needs to buy me a nice new oven now. I agree.
Yeah, told you. Right, so I'm going to go. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody.
Duncan's has firmed up well.
Yep, see, there you go, done. Let them all cool down, give them an hour, and then cut a slice out. It's nice with a little bit of fresh cream. That's what I like. But whip it up a little bit rather than pouring cream. I like it just
Clotted.
You know, like when you get that, you get the thick double cream in the shop, like a little like that, or clotted cream. That's my personal preference. But
Neil Hunt has watched it all the way through. He's got to make it now, Neil.
you got to make it, Neil. I want to see
Yes.
pictures of it. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Natalie, keep in contact with me. Everybody else, thanks for joining in. It looks like it's a couple of weeks' time and it's going to be McDonald's Day. Nuggets, burger, dirty fries, alcoholic milkshake.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, Beverly.
Alright, bye Beverly. Have a nice birthday or a nice end to your birthday. Right, let's turn this off.
Bye, Helen.
Bye Al. Give you a ring later. And then, ta-ra everybody. Thanks for coming.